Most people think affection from a dog is loud, obvious, and easy to recognize, but much of it actually happens in silence, in moments so small they disappear if you are not paying attention. This video is not about teaching your dog to love you more, but about noticing the quiet ways your dog may already be offering connection, trust, and emotional closeness without ever asking for recognition. Many owners miss these signals because they don't look like excitement or obedience, yet they are often the deepest expressions of bonding a dog can give. When you begin to see affection not as action, but as choice, presence, and emotional regulation, your relationship with your dog starts to feel less performative and more mutual. Quiet proximity is often misunderstood as indifference, yet for many dogs, it is one of the most sincere forms of affection they can offer. When a dog chooses to stay near you without touching, without seeking attention, without asking for anything, it is not distance, it is regulation. In that moment, your dog is saying, "I feel safe enough to simply exist beside you." There is no need to perform, no need to cling, no need to constantly check for reassurance. This kind of affection comes from a calm nervous system, not from excitement. It is the difference between needing closeness and choosing it. Many owners miss this because it does not look emotional. There is no tail wag frenzy, no jumping, no obvious signal that demands to be interpreted as love. But psychologically, this is a dog aligning their internal state with yours. They are matching your rhythm, your stillness, your presence. A dog that rests nearby while you read, work, or sit quietly is not ignoring you. They are trusting the space between you enough to keep it open. Affection here is not contact, but shared safety. And the subtle question underneath is not, "Do you see me?" but, "Can we be calm together?" Many people believe affection must involve touch, yet dogs often express their deepest trust by choosing closeness without contact. When a dog settles in the same room, within sight but not within reach, they are showing confidence in the relationship rather than emotional need. This behavior reflects a dog who does not feel compelled to monitor you constantly. They are not afraid you will disappear, nor do they need to anchor themselves physically to feel secure. Psychologically, this is a sign of balanced attachment. Your dog knows where you are, senses your emotional state, and feels no urgency to intervene or cling. To a human eye, it may look like distance, but to a dog, it is permission to rest while staying connected. Dogs that choose shared space without contact are often regulating themselves. They are managing their own arousal, maintaining calm, and preserving a sense of control. This is especially easy to miss because we often interpret love through proximity and touch. But dogs do not measure closeness in centimeters, they measure it in emotional accessibility. A dog lying across the room while keeping you in their peripheral vision is not disengaged. They are relaxed enough to trust that connection does not require constant proof. Affection here is quiet confidence. It asks a gentle question. Can closeness exist without demand? Slow blinking and a softened gaze are often overlooked because they feel too subtle to matter. Yet for dogs, these are deeply intentional signals. When your dog looks at you with relaxed eyes, blinking slowly or letting their gaze drift away, they are communicating emotional safety, not disinterest. In canine psychology, direct staring can mean alertness or tension. So when a dog chooses softness instead, they are actively lowering the emotional volume of the moment. This is not something dogs do by accident. It is a choice to signal peace, to say that nothing needs to happen right now. Many owners misread this as boredom or disengagement. But a dog who offers a calm gaze is regulating both themselves and the interaction. It is similar to how humans soften their eyes when they trust someone. There is no urgency, no scanning for threat, no demand for response. This kind of affection often appears when nothing else is happening. During quiet moments, pauses, or shared stillness that feels almost invisible. Your dog may glance at you, blink slowly, then look away. Not to disconnect, but to maintain harmony without pressure. Affection here is not about holding attention. It is about releasing it gently, trusting that connection does not break when eyes turn elsewhere. When a dog begins to follow your routines in small, almost invisible ways, it is often mistaken for obedience or habit. But psychologically, mirroring routines is less about training and more about attachment through predictability. Your dog notices when you wake up, when you slow down, when you prepare to leave or settle in for the night. Over time, they adjust their own rhythm to align with yours, not because they are told to, but because shared patterns create emotional stability. This kind of affection does not seek attention, it seeks synchronization. A dog who waits near the door when you put on shoes, then relaxes when you sit back down, is not confused. They are tracking your emotional intent, not just your movement. Owners often believe dogs follow routines because they want something: food, walks, stimulation. But many of these behaviors happen even when no reward follows. What the dog is actually seeking is coherence, a sense that the world makes sense because your actions are familiar. By aligning with your routines, your dog reduces uncertainty. They feel calmer because they know what comes next, even if nothing happens at all. Affection here is not excitement. It is the quiet relief of knowing where you fit in someone else's day. One of the most misunderstood signs of affection is when a dog chooses to stay close without asking for anything. No pawing, no whining, no attempt to climb onto your lap, just presence. Many owners assume love must be expressive: tail wagging, licking, jumping, excitement. But for dogs, especially those who feel secure, affection often becomes quieter over time. A dog who lies near you instead of on you is not distant. They are respectful of your space while still choosing connection. This behavior usually shows up when a dog feels emotionally safe. They don't need reassurance. They don't need to prove attachment. They simply want to share the same emotional air, to exist in the same moment, without demands. You might notice your dog positioning themselves where they can see you clearly, not blocking you, not touching you, just close enough to stay aware of your movements. This is not guarding behavior. It is emotional monitoring. Dogs read microsignals constantly: your breathing pace, posture, tone shifts, even silence. By staying nearby, they stay tuned in. Many people miss this entirely because nothing cute is happening. No interaction, no reaction, no obvious feedback. But this kind of affection is actually very mature. It says, "I trust you enough to just be here." And in the animal world, that level of trust is never casual. Another quiet sign of affection is when your dog mirrors your emotions instead of trying to change them. When you're calm, they're calm. When you're tired, they slow down too. Most people expect dogs to cheer them up, to distract, to entertain, to pull them out of a bad mood. But dogs who truly bond with their owners often do the opposite. They adapt. If you sit quietly, they settle. If you move slowly, they soften their energy. This isn't coincidence. Dogs are extremely sensitive to emotional rhythm. They don't just notice how you feel, they sync with it, almost like tuning themselves to the same frequency. You might notice your dog becoming unusually still when you're overwhelmed. No toys, no nudging, no noise. They're not bored. They're regulating the space for you. In the wild, emotional stability keeps the pack safe. So when your dog mirrors you, they're offering balance, not stimulation. Many owners miss this because it doesn't look helpful, but it's one of the deepest forms of emotional intelligence dogs have. It says, "I'm with you, exactly where you are. Not ahead of you, not pulling you somewhere else. Just here. Matching your pace, your silence, your moment." Some dogs show affection by choosing distance, not closeness. They don't lean on you. They don't climb into your lap. Instead, they position themselves where they can see you, across the room, near the doorway, at the edge of your space. To many owners, this feels like indifference, like the dog prefers being alone. But in canine psychology, choosing a vantage point is an act of care. It means watching without interfering. Your dog is keeping you in sight while giving you freedom. No pressure, no demand. This behavior comes from trust. A dog who feels secure doesn't need constant contact to feel connected. They stay alert, not needy. Present, but not intrusive. You'll notice this when your dog lies facing you instead of touching you. Eyes half closed, body relaxed, but attention still anchored. They're not disengaged. They're standing guard in a quiet way. In social animals, distance can mean respect. It allows space while maintaining responsibility. Affection doesn't always say, "Come closer." Sometimes it says, "I'll stay here so you can breathe." This kind of love is easy to miss because it looks like nothing is happening. But in that quiet watching, your dog is choosing you, again and again, without needing to prove it. Another quiet form of affection appears when your dog mirrors your emotional rhythm rather than your actions. They don't copy what you do, they copy how you feel. When your energy slows, they soften. When you're tense, they become still. This is not coincidence. Dogs are deeply tuned to emotional shifts, especially from those they trust. Affection here is not excitement, it's regulation. Your dog adjusts themselves to help the space feel balanced. They lower their presence so you don't have to carry everything alone. Many owners miss this because it looks passive, but it's actually responsive. Your dog is listening with their nervous system, matching you, not to control you, but to stay connected. This kind of love doesn't ask for attention, it offers stability, and sometimes that's the deepest comfort a dog knows how to give. There is also affection in the way your dog chooses distance without leaving you. They may lie across the room, not touching, but always facing your direction. This isn't indifference, it's trust without demand. Your dog feels safe enough to rest in separation, knowing the bond doesn't require constant contact. They keep you within their awareness, even while relaxed. Many people assume love means closeness. For dogs, love can also mean freedom that doesn't break connection. They stay nearby, but not needy. Present, but not intrusive. This quiet distance says, "I'm here and I don't need to prove it." Affection, in this form, is calm confidence in the relationship. Sometimes affection shows up in the smallest adjustments your dog makes around you. They shift their body to give you space, move aside without being asked, or quietly follow your rhythm. This isn't obedience, it's emotional attunement. Your dog is reading your energy and choosing harmony over attention. They adapt, not to please, but to stay connected. Many owners overlook this because it feels invisible, but this is a deep form of care. Love, here, is not excitement or closeness. It's awareness, respect, and the desire to coexist gently. When a dog adjusts for you, they are saying, "I see you," and that too is affection. They don't demand your focus or interrupt your moment. They simply remain present, sharing the same space without pressure. This quiet choice often appears when trust is complete. Your dog feels safe enough to soften their needs around yours. Affection, then, becomes subtle. Not loud, not obvious, but steady and sincere.